What's up? What's up? We are going to be doing an interview with my man, one of the guys I'm super proud of to call my friend. I'm a huge fan of his. Yeah, his, not him. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, interview my man Robert Z, Bobby Z, um, a former member of the USA powerlifting bench team, world team, a bench medalist, a world class bencher. He is also an awesome father, awesome son, and here's a cool fact: he is a SWAT. He lives in South Florida, and he's in law enforcement and a member of the SWAT team. So dude, it was an awesome interview. I'm excited for you guys to listen to this one, as I am with all of them. But this one was super special, man. I played. It was near and dear to my heart, man. So I'm excited for you guys to listen to it. So, with no further ado, I give you the corner of the circle. Boom, we're on. All right, we're live, man. Listen, I don't even know where to start, man. I just, it's one of my, like, legit one of my favorite guys. You guys that probably know, like, there's not literally a lot of people that I go, on and on about, man. But this dude is, not only he's one of my friends, but he's one of the guys I look up to. He goes by Bobby Z. I'm gonna let him do his own intro here in a minute. But I mean, we met back in South Africa
Yeah,
on the USA raw bench team, and man, dude, I just took a liking to the guy. He and his dad were just like two of the most down to earth, funny, crazy guys. And I mean, if most people, at least where I'm from, most people, when you think of law enforcement, you think of, like, just these hard asses, these, you know, just straight by the book, no smiling, no joking, just, uh, fall in line or get out of the way type individuals, man. And these guys completely broke that mold. I mean, he's law enforcement legacy, which is kind of cool. But like I said, there's not enough awesome things I can say about this fellow, man, and you'll find out as we go deeper into this little interview, man. Just how special this guy is, man. Yeah, I call him Bobby Z. I'll let you do
it
the
works for
formal.
me,
I'll let
man.
you do the formal the formal introduction of yourself. Go ahead, 3, 2, 1. You're on. Go for it.
Bobby Z, man. Everybody calls me that. Work, all my good friends. My last name is Zychek, and it's easy to say, but people have a hard time spelling it. So keep it
Yeah.
short, man. Bobby Z, RZ3, whatever you want to call me, bro.
Oh, RZ3. That's a new one. I've never heard of
Yeah.
RZ3. I'm literally writing that down because I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. But yeah, so dude, like, all right, so right now, you're in South Florida, right? South Florida area.
Yeah, West Palm.
Um, West Palm. Well, he's in
Yeah.
paradise, a little bit of paradise. Dude, man, I don't even know where to start with you, man. Like, he's Monster Bench. Last time I actually saw this guy face to face, you were like 265 plus, right? Like,
Yeah, I
right.
was I was pushing about 270.
Jeez, and like you're like 220 something right now, something like that.
I wish. I'm 230 now.
Jeez, dude dropped from the 120s to the 105s.
I know, bro.
Freaking, you still got the monster bench, I'm assuming.
You know what? My ego let me do it, man. I got 500 not too long ago. So
Good. So now, like, yeah, so that's good. I had bench yesterday, and whew, it was a killer. It was a killer yesterday, man. It was that squat bench and deads yesterday. It was one of those where I'm like, dude, I'm about to go home. Like, it was. I was in the gym for like 6 hours just because like I haven't done the squat bench and deadlift thing in a long time, man. But I'm trying to just get in better shape for worlds and whatever. Long story short, I got the deadlifts and I couldn't even get my last deadlift off the ground. So I slapped. I was so pissed. And then you get to a point where you're pissed at you're not necessarily pissed at yourself or at the weight, you're just pissed at the situation because you have you can do it. I mean, it was 720. I do that for triples, and I couldn't even get off the ground. I couldn't get six. I think it was like 650, 660, something like that off the ground. The nearest thing that I saw was a chalk bucket. I slapped the shit out of that chalk bucket. Here's the thing. I'm gonna post it because it's funny, and they had it on the security footage. And I told the owner, I was like, "Hey man, you need to check. Just go to the security footage and watch my temper tantrum." Like, and I never get mad, so it takes a lot for me to get mad. Like I was boiling. My soul was boiling. So the nearest thing that I saw was a chalk bucket. It looked like it was looking at me wrong. It looked like it was making fun of me. So I slapped it, and chalk flew everywhere. And I immediately sat down, got back up, went to the back, got a mop bucket in the broom, and freaking commenced to clean it. So yeah, they laughed, dude. I got laughed at for a good 20 minutes today at the gym because they were all watching it. So the guy recorded the screen, sent it to me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give the people of Instagram an awesome video to watch me having my temper tantrum. I'm sure it's gonna go.
I can't wait, bro. That's
it's
awesome.
Stupid, man. So enough about me, man. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about. We'll talk a little bit about little fitness journey right now because I mean. The last time I actually saw you, like you were just you were knee deep in pressing and the power moves and everything, and I think it was probably a couple months or something like that, maybe a few months after that. Then like you started making that move towards SWAT, and then you started getting all CrossFit on me, man. I started looking at your ideas like this dude is doing all the CrossFit movements. I can't do any of that stuff.
I used to hate on it, man, hardcore, and because I was always big in the push pull and all the squats and stuff, and heavy, got lift heavy,
Oh
heavy.
yeah.
Didn't care about body weight, as long as I was in the 120s, I'm good, bro. I eat what I want. I had no cardio. I didn't even walk to the car. I was just so tired and all lazy all the time, man. But I got this urge to try out for our SWAT team, and I didn't want to go out there a little bulky Bobby, or my buddies call me Fat Bobby, because they knew me when I was doing all the powerlifting.
Right.
So I was heavier, and I set a goal, man. I ate well. I trained, shoot 2-3 times a day.
Jeez.
Running, all swimming, everything, bro, and. I was fortunate enough to make it through selection, and I got on the team about a year and a half ago.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember when all that was going down, dude. Like I was like freaking messaging you all the time, like, dude, you got this. Let's go, bro. Like, yeah, man. Like, there's, I think for me, I live vicariously through a lot of my friends, especially you, because I have a few friends that they're in the military. I have a few friends that are in law enforcement, but of my friends that are in law enforcement and in the military, the ones that I have a few that went to the Navy, and then from them I have a couple that they decided they wanted to be SEALs. So I'm like, dude, that's like for me. There's military and there's law enforcement, and then within the military and law enforcement, there's like the best of the best. You know what I mean? And when you start talking SWAT, when you start talking freaking recon, when you start talking Navy SEALs, Army Rangers, like that's like the best of the best. So when I found out oh shit, he's about to go SWAT, and I was just kind of watch the closer it would get. I'm like, dude, it's go time. He would let me know hey, I got this going on, whatever. I think I was more nervous, and just because I was like, bro, I would love to be in that position. I just know that one, I don't know that I have the mental discipline. You know what I mean? To go to put myself through that, and two, I don't think everyone's built to be a steward. Everyone's built to be a public servant. Not everyone's built to to protect and serve. While people, I feel like they think they have the ability to do it, and they think that it's not necessarily an easy job, but I feel like people think that they have it in them to do it. I feel like a lot of us just aren't self-aware enough and not true to ourselves enough to realize hey man, that's something not a lot of people could do. There's people that are in law enforcement that aren't meant to be in law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the few the few of the really good ones out there like yourself that are like the best of the best. Like, and for me, I'm like, bro, it's one thing to see somebody that's like, you know, I consider like, an elite. You're an elite force, elite task force. It's one thing to see them, but then to like know a person, like that's completely different. You know what I mean? And then to know like, you know, this dude not only is he's an elite, an elite officer, but you're also a world class powerlifter. You know what I'm saying? And you also represented our nation. You know what I mean? Like on the international stage. That's absolute insanity. So like when you start getting a chance to kind of get to know a person, but then like kind of see how they fit in the pieces of the puzzle. For me, that's honestly one of the dopest things, man. And aside, I mean, I've kept in touch with a lot of the guys from that team, but I mean, aside from UNTD, I don't necessarily have a chance to really talk to a lot of the guys on a regular basis. I get a chance to communicate with UNTD on pretty much on a regular basis, so it's just kind of cool to kind of watch your life evolve. You know what I mean? And like I'm
Hmm.
turning around and I'm like, oh damn, dude, he's got the SWAT thing knocked down. Like freaking a few months later, like damn, like who's this chick in all his pics? You know what I'm saying? And then like I'm like, oh look at his dog. Like so like I is it's weird. The cool thing I guess with social media is that you can keep up with the person. You can kind of see like the parts in their life, and be excited for them and everything. But you have the option whether or not to be nosy. You know what I mean? I've just chosen to be nosy
Hmm.
and to keep up. You know what I mean? And I think it's awesome, man. Like I said, I try to let more than once, twice, three times, man. Like how proud I am of you, just of what you're doing and what you're accomplishing. And I think for me, just watching not necessarily just your evolution as a man, but your evolution as a father. I think that's been the coolest thing to watch, man. Like I think like what I mean, like I don't know your little girl to save her life, but I swear I feel like I've known her, for years now, which is weird. You know what I mean? But there's a couple people that I follow that are like I don't know them, I don't know their kids, but I feel like I know them, and so it's just been kind of cool, kind of watching just like kind of how just watching you build, like just build in your life and just build and build and build. So I don't know, man. Like I was like, dude, I think the thing that I think the straw that broke the camel's back, is when you posted about the career day. I was like, dude, I gotta get him on here. I mean, I was something that I was planning on doing. Um, I was just gonna go down the line. I literally just have a list of people I was gonna like. You know what? Let me get him now because like that one. You know what I mean? I'm super emo, so I'm like, dude, that one had me in tears. Like I got halfway through the reading the caption. I was like, yeah, man, I gotta get him on ASAP. So I was like, that was pretty much. I was like, I got to get him on. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's I know I'm not giving you much of a chance to talk. I guess I'm just bragging on you to your face.
You're, bro. It's you give me goosebumps, man. Just someone like you, just to send admiration, bro. It's
No,
just
I don't know about it. I just lift weights and crack jokes. That's what I do. That's my lifestyle. I don't know. It's fun to watch, man. And even it just seems like there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot of good people out there. I mean, I'll be the first to say that. But a lot of people, because because they don't have a 200,000 followers, or because like they're not on the cover of this, the cover of that. You know what I mean? Like their stories never told, and or people just don't know. That they're badasses just walking around. You know what I mean? And for me, like when I'm lifting and when I'm training and everything, man, I think about all kind of stuff. Like, and I think about you guys and like, you know, some of the stuff you do, like definitely motivates me for sure. Um, and I just think it's just real cool. It's real cool to know that, that know that you have a friend out there that's just doing some awesome stuff, and I mean, it's like I said, I
I'm
mean, I was a hardhead
I'm
growing up.
blessed, bro. I'm blessed, man. I've got I got a lot of people that kind of motivate me,
Oh
and
yeah.
like you, bro. You flipping always uh brag on me and stuff like that. I don't want. There's certain people that I never ever want to let down,
I
and
appreciate that.
the guys on my team, the SWAT team, they've helped raise me not only as a kid growing up, but even a snot nosed rookie on the road.
Right.
I got my little girl, man. That's my number one, bro. She's always there to pick me up when I'm always not in that good mood. And it's funny because now she's gotten to the point now where she wants to come and do CrossFit with me.
Oh, that's
Her
awesome.
Dude, she'll run like half a mile without stopping. Her little legs just keep going. She'll do burpees all day, push-ups, and
That's
she
so
has
funny.
fun.
Right.
So we're working her up to get into do some rope climbs and a couple other things, but she's got to get like the motor skills down
Oh
a little
yeah.
bit, bro.
Oh,
But it's phenomenal just to be able to like share that with your little one. And
oh yeah.
like I said, man, I'm fortunate. I've had a lot of good things happening, and the last thing I want to do is squander that,
Oh man, I hear you.
by making a silly decision, or letting down my boys or letting down my friends, my family. It's a big motivating factor in a lot of things I do, and the days I don't want to go to the gym, the days I don't want to, I want to eat right, the days that I
Oh,
want to, uh, you know, just relax and veg out. I some days that's the days that I got to work a little bit harder.
those are the character builders, man. Those are the days like most people. I'm starting to. I guess I'm starting to realize more and more the older I get, and I guess the longer I guess I do this fitness journey, regardless if it's powerlifting or whatever, is you don't necessarily have to be the best, but you just be the best version of yourself. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
most people, that the whole idea of integrity kind of kicks in, or lack thereof. Most people just shut it down when no one's looking. You know what I mean? Most people let themselves down on a daily basis. And for me, my thing has just been, you know, aside from those people that like we talked about earlier, like you don't want to let down. It's just, man, you don't want to let yourself down. You know what I mean? And if at any point I feel like I've let myself down and I stop caring if I let myself down, dude, I think I'm gonna just call it quits. I just don't feel, while it's easy to use external motivation, if you can't motivate yourself, whatever the case may be, to not let yourself down, dude, I feel like you're in for a long, lonely road, man. Because at the end of the day, it's like I said, it's easy to. I mean, you can look around and find motivation everywhere you look. But I mean, what's going to happen when it's not there? Because there's times that you know how it is. There's times that it's not there. It's just you and you. That's it. So, and then what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Like you can't. If you can't be a self starter, a self motivator, man, it's a lonely. I think it's a lonely existence, man. And I feel like if you do have the ability to draw inspiration from others, and you're already internally a motivated person internally, I feel like it almost amplifies because you're already an internally motivated person. So having someone else, something else, something external that you can, draw motivation from, I think it just adds to that whole experience. So, I mean, I think, just like the fact, when you talked about, you know, um, something you wanted you to, to do to make that jump to SWAT, like, bro, that's not anybody telling you to do that. You know what I mean? That's you wanting to take it to the next level. Like, how many people walk around on a daily basis just satisfied with what they do? There's a lot of people that just settle. They just
yeah,
settle, dude. And I personally just don't feel like anyone in any form or fashion. I don't care if you're a janitor. I don't care if you're law enforcement. I don't care if if you a window washer. I don't care what it is, man. If you don't want to take it to the next level or be the best at what you can be, why do it? Like really, why? Why do it? If you can't be one of the best, at least make an attempt at being one of the best. Even if you fail in the process, bro, you're better off than you were when you started. So
yeah,
like I said, I think that's one of the big reasons that really draws me to you. Just because you're from the time that I've known you to present day, there's always this degree of self improvement. Like you're always improving. You're always improving. You're always trying to improve, which is I think is fucking awesome because it's gonna bleed over into everything else that you touch. I mean, the thing that I'm starting to notice is with all of my friends, like even though I'm catching a lot of crap for not having kids yet, is I watch their little ones, man, and I watch how they just absorb everything mommy and daddy does. And I watch how they absorb everything that the older people that are around them do. And I even remember myself watching my uncles and my aunts and like a lot of my parents' friends. And like I absorbed a lot of the stuff that was around me, and
Mm-hmm.
it still affects me to this day. Just thinking like when when I'm lifting or if I'm running or if I'm dieting or whatever it is that I'm doing, um, trying to knock out a program, and I'm thinking to myself, dude, I remember watching my dad wake up at 3 in the morning to go to a job that he may not have really wanted to go to, but he had to get it done. Like, why can't I do that? Like I have
Mm-hmm.
no reason, and it kind of just kind of kickstarts. So I mean, you know, your little baby girl watching you, evolve and get better and get better and getting better and getting better like that, dude. That doesn't, that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm a firm believer in that. You know what I mean? Like your dad's a
Right.
badass. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like genetically you had no choice but to be a badass as well. I just, man, and
Yeah.
it's just cool. I'm really like, I'm not joking, man. I mean, and I've told, you know, I don't know, at least 20 people like how just meeting you and your dad, dude. That was probably one of the coolest things I've experienced just as a civilian. Period. Like I've just and I know I've grown up with guys in law enforcement, but I was never. I don't think I was ever as impacted by them as I am by you guys. It's just I'm like, wow, like just the stories that you guys were telling, just like how chill you guys were, man. It's just like I don't like I said, there's not a lot. It takes a lot for me to look up to a person. I'll be the first to admit it. Like I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to looking up to people, man. I mean, like, pedestals are in my brain. There's pedestals are really hard to place people on. I mean, it may just be the way that I'm brought up, man. But I just like as soon as I met you guys, I was just like instantly impressed, and just the fact that I mean, like I feel like you and your dad have a baller ass relationship, and
Mhm.
I mean, and I feel like me and my father, we have a really good relationship as well. But man, I don't know, it was just super impressive, and I think the more the more I got to know you, you know what I mean, the longer I got to know you guys, I'm like, yo, you're just a good dude, you know what I mean, and from this is God's honest truth. I mean, some people get it, some people won't. You're literally the first and almost the only dude for like a year that I had a Snapchat streak with. Straight
Yeah.
up. I don't do streaks at all, especially with a freaking grown man. But I was like, oh snap, I didn't hit him today. And my girl was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I forgot to hit Bobby, dude. I forgot to hit him. She was, oh no, you're gonna lose a streak. Like it's just, what I mean, like it's just little things, man. But for me, it was just kind of like, hey man, I just want to know, like it'd be some days I really just didn't have a lot going on, or you would pop up in my head like, hey man, be safe out there, or whatever. I just, I've always just thought that you were just an impressive individual. So I mean, and just kind of watch you just kind of level up and level up, dude. It's super impressive, and I don't think I mean, in not just as law enforcement. I just feel like I don't think that guys like you get enough credit, man. Because when I met you, what I mean, you're single dad doing this thing, law enforcement, about to make a freaking jump SWAT, and I mean your dad's like, I don't know if I want him to keep doing this. I remember that was one
Yeah.
of the things, and because I think you went off to the side to talk to your daughter, uh, and I remember he's like, I don't know if I want him to keep doing this.
He wanted me to be a firefighter so bad,
Oh
and
yeah.
he's like, "Oh man, everybody loves firefighters. Cops, they freaking hate us. Don't do it. Don't do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever you say, Dad." And then next thing you know, here I am, 6 years later, and like you said, bro, I'm third generation at the sheriff's office. Palm Beach County, where I work, and I'm second generation on our SWAT team. And
That's crazy.
it carries a lot of weight, bro.
Oh
And
yeah.
like you said, the motivating factors. Self motivation is huge, but I do have a lot of people that look up to me, and
Jeez.
always been something that I love to do. Is I love helping people.
Yeah.
That's first of all, it's number one. I want to help as many as I can,
Right.
whether it's a check up on somebody, how they're doing for the day, whether it's, making sure my little one's got a little extra snack in her lunchbox for school,
Right.
little things, bro. And, on the road, I'm still road patrol. So, my first task is, help whoever I need to and whenever I can. And,
Right.
I'm just fortunate, bro, that I've, been lucky this far. Fitness wise, career wise, family wise,
Yeah.
health wise,
You're
I'm
living the
just a
dream,
normal
man.
guy, bro.
No, yeah, you're
I'm just
far
a
from
normal
normal,
dude.
man. You're far from normal. I hate to tell you that. You're far from normal. Like I think, when it's all said and done, you know what I mean, you look back on your life, like you're building a body of work that most guys would die for. You know what I mean? And I think that's been one of the cool things I've learned. I've been told a couple times I have an old soul. I think I've tried to listen to a lot of of just the older generations, and one of the cool things that that I've been able to kind of grasp from them just over the years is this, man. You got to take time to kind of just pause and look back on what you've done, in order to kind of prepare yourself for what you're about to do. I mean, and there's times like you can literally pause and just look back like, oh wow, I mean, it's not necessarily a pat on the back. It's like, all right, let me take this breath real quick, and let me get ready to re up and and go again. Like I think it's awesome. You know what I mean? And I think that what you've been able to accomplish at this point in your life, I mean, at such a young age is crazy. And I mean, you have so many years ahead of you to make so much more of an impact, which is awesome. It's absolutely awesome. And I mean, I'm a firm believer in why exist on this earth if you don't try to impact at least one person. Why?
Hmm.
What's the point of existing if you're not trying to, you know, do right by people, help people. I mean, that's the only way you really make it from A to B is that you have to help people and get help. So the fact that you help people on a daily basis, and you know you do it in such a mighty way, and I mean, honestly, man, what you do is it's completely selfless, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, and like again, for me, I was thinking about myself. I can't necessarily speak for other people. I can only speak for myself and what I could and couldn't do. I don't think I could do it. Just I don't necessarily on my good days I think I'm great, but on my bad days I think that's when I would lose my job and or I would probably get killed because my bad days are horrible days and on my bad days I can't think about anything but myself. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
whereas I know on your bad days that's not the case. You can't. You gotta think about the others around you. You gotta think about your team. You gotta think about your family. You gotta think about everything else but yourself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's I think that for me is probably one of the biggest I don't know the biggest stars that that a person can really you know place on their on their chest is like, dude, I'm a selfless individual enough so to the point that like this is what I do. Like that's crazy. So yeah, man. I just I don't know, man. So yeah, this thing is gonna be probably filled with me interrupting you every time. Like, oh my god, but you can do this and you can do this. But we'll talk about strength a little bit. We'll talk about just coming up. I mean, what kind of no, I'm assuming just like with most guys. I mean, you got a kind of a sports background, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit of football. Played in high school. Played a little bit in college, and you know, it, I was always brought up on a team, man, team aspect, and even
Right.
though it's you in the weight room, bro, it's you're with your boys.
Yeah, man.
It's all part of a team, and you know, I'm a good individual. I'm good by myself, but I thrive in a team environment,
Yeah, man.
and it's not just me, bro. It's always I've got the support of my family. I've got shoot. So I don't even know how many people that work at the sheriff's office that I get emails from. Hey, congratulations from going to Africa. Hey,
Yeah.
I still remember you from when you went and you did that thing down in Africa. You did so awesome. And going to the Arnold, that was one of my biggest,
Yeah,
one of the
man.
coolest things, bro. I took third, man. I even then, friggin' TD was there, bro, and that guy always puts on a show.
Oh my
And
gosh, he's just getting
yeah,
bigger and
to
bigger.
me that was one of the coolest things that I got to do with my life, and
Oh
get to
yeah.
see so many people, get to
Oh
hang
yeah.
out with you, and
Oh
getting
yeah.
to hang out with all these different people from all over the world,
Yeah, man.
doing collectively what anybody else would think is just a normal day at the gym.
Yeah.
We just throw up a little bit more weight than the
Yeah,
average
we
person.
just threw up more weight than the average person. Speaking of which, when was it that you kind of realized like you were like stronger than the average person? Like when did that kind of
You,
click?
you know, I grew up going to the gym with my dad, and we would go in the morning before high school, and he'd wake me up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Hey, get your ass up! I'm in the driveway. Come, let's go to the gym. and I was, and I always said, man, why? You know,
Yeah,
I don't want to go to the gym. But dude, those days, man, were that was. I look back now and I see, I'll go to the gym and I'll see like younger kids working out with their dads, and
yeah,
I literally have to stop them and I'm like, look, you think it's a pain in the butt, you think it's a punishment, you think he's just dragging you along, but dude, I'm telling you right now, this is probably one of the coolest things that you'll do.
yeah,
And he brought me up, and at high school I competed in our weightlifting team. We did like a lot of clean and jerks
yeah.
and bench press, and I was fortunate, bro. I had the genetics to kind of push myself up a little bit further, and
Yeah.
the joke on the team is I eat about 4 crayons a morning for breakfast, so that's kind of where I get a little bit of my extra power from. But it wasn't until what was it, about 2015, my buddy told me to go and hey, you should probably go try out one of these the state competition they got down the street over the convention center. I was like, well, yeah, sure, no problem, why not? And that was always my goal at 25 was to hit 500 pounds in a competition on a
Right.
bench. And I didn't care if I won. I didn't care if I friggin', if I didn't make weight.
Right.
I'd go to a higher weight class. I just wanted to
Want to hit
get
5.
5 pounds. And I did it. And I was like, you know what? That's pretty cool. And then I talked to my buddy, Nate Zephyr,
Uh-huh.
who, he was a junior champion.
Right.
He went to South Africa, and this is the one that convinced me to go. He's like, hey, you should try to go for the national thing. He's like, here's a little program, whatever. See what you can do from there. And I'm like, give me a week or two. I'm gonna marinate. And every day, man, he blew me up. He's like, get your ass over here now. We're going to the gym. Stop it. You're doing it. And I'm like, all right. And I started throwing on 500 pounds in the bar, and I kept messing with it and messing with it and messing with it. And I ended up going to nationals, and I ended up tying Horace Lane.
Oh,
Dude's the man.
Right. Yeah.
Guy's a legend, and I ended up tying him, but I was like 2 pounds lighter than him. And I remember in high school getting beat by Eric Katzman. I'll never forget this kid from Jupiter High School. Friggin' tied me, but he weighed like 3 pounds less than me, so he ended up getting the win.
Right.
And it busted my ass so bad. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. Let me just go for the tie. I'd never hit. It was like 530, 527, and never did it before. I was so pumped on adrenaline. My dad was there, screaming, hitting me with the smelling salts, and I watch the video every now and then, and it gets me all choked up because I never hit this weight before.
Right.
And all he did was just say, hey, fuck it, bro, you're here. You're good. The worst you got, second place, babe. And I'm like, all right, I could do this.
Right.
Dude, all I focused on was keep my ass on that bench and pushing the weight. And I remember as soon as I saw the white lights, the first thing I did was beeline right to my dad. And dude, he gave me the biggest hug. And Horace had to go up after me.
Right.
And all we kept doing is I couldn't even watch it. My dad was sitting there like this, like, no. He's like screaming. He's like, holy shit, he fucking missed it. How did he do that? And next thing you know, dude, I ended up freaking winning nationals. And I got the invite to go to South Africa, bro. And
Jeez.
And that was when I met you and TD.
Yeah.
And bro, that was probably one of the coolest experiences that we got to do.
Oh yeah.
On top of freaking, bonding with all you guys.
Oh yeah.
And just hanging out, dude. That was unreal. Just being able to see like that whole new aspect of the world.
Yeah, man. South
It
Africa is
was
definitely one of my favorite places, man. The trip getting there sucks, but once you get there, you're like, oh man, this is special. Like you just, I mean, and the people are so appreciative, and just the setup was awesome. Like that's like one of my favorite meets that I've ever had, man. That one I thought I should have won, and I didn't. I didn't go for. I don't know why we didn't go for the win. I can't remember. I just remember I was
bro.
like, I should.
You let Dennis get you too, man.
Boy, he got me, man. Dennis has got me like
Nah.
3 times. He's got me like 3 times, man. And I was like, why? This last one, my body kept swelling so bad from the trip to Finland. I couldn't even lift. Like I had to pull out. Like it was that bad. So, and then like Dennis won with a 491. I'm like, dude, I do that for triples, man. Dang. But it is what it is. I mean, my time's coming. I just like I said, that was definitely just. I mean, the stars just weren't aligned for me this past year. But I mean, I definitely I plan on being ready for Tokyo, man. Tokyo's next year, and I'm like, dude,
That's awesome.
that's that's gonna be the one, man. That's the one that I really wanna. God, I gotta make it to Tokyo. That's the one. Man, like of all places that I've ever wanted to go and perform, Tokyo's been that spot. Tokyo, I want to bench in Tokyo. It's like the land of bench. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so the fact that it's there, and I just feel like that's the one. That's gonna be the one. So I'm hoping I can make it, man. Let me see. God, we could go all day. This is dope. This is so dope. So let's talk a little bit about if we're actually we're gonna do the law enforcement stuff a little bit, dude. All right, so tell me a little bit about being like the third generation law enforcement, man. Like, tell me about that.
Well, I got big shoes to fill, man. I mean, and that's what's always kept me. I've always had like a good motivating attitude and to keep myself, out of trouble and stuff.
Right.
And the last thing I ever want to do is bring, the Zychek name a bad reputation.
Right.
Because in our line of work, that's all you have is your reputation.
Oh man, I can imagine.
And you go to interview for different units. You go to even introducing yourself. Hey, I'm Zychek. And people will be like, oh yeah, hey Zychek. And when you leave, you're like, man, I heard about that fucking guy. He's a fucking asshole. Or
right.
That guy's he's scared, or he doesn't want to do his job, and he's a slug. Last thing I ever wanted to hear about myself or my name is
in the negative.
Ain't nothing bad about that.
Right.
And, the Zycheks, my grandpa retired from the sheriff's office. He started there like 74.
Jeez.
My dad's so close to retiring, man. He's so excited. And, I'm in my 6th year now. And, so many opportunities have been presented and have been coming up. And, I'm fortunate enough to be able to take advantage of a few extra things some people can't get.
Right.
And, all while maintaining, a good family life, bro, taking care of my kid. She's always there, bro. She's
right.
always there screaming. We had a training one day, a SWAT training over at a community park over here doing our PT test. And my mom had her for a little bit of the day. So my mom, so much credit to her. She freaking drove to the park, and they were hanging out, but like within screaming distance,
right,
of me and like the rest of the team, And this is like right when I'm actually like enjoying the PT aspect of CrossFit and everything else. So I've got my little one screaming across the park, "Daddy, why are you flipping that tire?"
Oh my gosh!
And all my buddies are like, "Is that Lily over there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And it was literally the day that my probationary period was over on the SWAT team for a year.
Right.
And all the bosses are like, "What are you doing bringing your kids here?" And I'm like, it was just one, but she's my little cheerleader, bro. What am I gonna do? Say no? You do me a favor, and if you can tell her no without smiling or feeling guilty, I'll do whatever you want. I'll be on probation another year. But dude, shit, even our softball team, we have every year we do a fundraiser
Right.
softball tournament, and she's been going ever since she was born.
Right.
And you know, I was a decent baseball player growing up,
Right.
and that whole change to softball, man. Hey, those women that play that sport, man. Hey, good luck,
Jeez, dude.
more
Yeah.
power to you. But that she always screams at the fence. Now she, the last couple of years she's been able to stand up and make noise and
Right.
talk. So now she talks like a little grown up. So all she wants to do is scream at the fence. Don't suck, daddy. Hit the ball. Don't miss it. I love you, and I'm just like, walk up the plate like,
Oh yeah, man. You can't help it, right?
Oh, bro, she had her graduation tonight, her little preschool graduation, and dude, I'm sitting there like a big baby, like, I don't want my little one to get bigger, bro. It's the cutest thing. And I told her today, I was like, you need to stop getting big, and she's like, I can't help it.
That's too funny, man. That is too funny. Yeah, dude. I literally, I've been watching. Like, dude, she just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know. I gotta think that's been like again for me. It's always just cool, just kind of just being able to watch you guys. I mean, and seeing the interaction and following the stories and all that stuff, man. And just like seeing like, you know what, man. I mean, I don't. I don't know of all my friends, of all my female friends that I've ever had. Like, I don't know any of them that's not a daddy's girl. Like, I mean, it's just it is what it is, and so it's kind of cool, man, because it's like even the biggest, most badass guys out there, do they melt when it comes to their little girls? It just is what it is. So I always kind of laugh. I'm like, man, this dude here, man, like if somebody would walk up to you in the middle of the street, they're like, oh shit, let me go the other way. You know what I mean? But then like as you're with your daughter, it's like, oh yeah, all that melts away, man. And it's I think I don't know. I think probably the coolest part is like seeing that, and I think seeing her interaction with your dad. That's
Yeah.
golly, man. Like that's for me. Like again, that's just I don't know, man. Like I think I try not to be too emotional. I'm just an emotional person, but like looking at the pictures and everything, man. And I think didn't your dad like his birthday was like not too long ago or something like that, and I
Yeah.
was like, dude, that's just nice. You know what I mean? Like I don't like I said I there's not a lot of people that I follow on social media. I'm like, dude, I can't wait to see what they post because it seems like it's gonna be fun to watch, man. I mean, and it seems like I tend to follow more the people like that have children or that have like cool families and stuff because it's fun to watch, man. I mean, because I don't get me wrong, it's cool to want to lift a lot of weight and want to be sexy and rich and all that stuff, man. But dude, those are just for me. It's just those are goals. Those are fleeting goals that they're gone. You know what I mean? But like to have a strong family, bro, like that's goals, man. Like that, it really, really is. Because when and if the money's gone, when you get fat, when you get ugly, you know what I mean. When you can't lift heavy anymore, like all you have left is family. You know what I mean. And if your focus has been solely on how much money you can make or how much you can accomplish or acquire, and you left that family life in the back, I mean it's gonna show. You're gonna be stuck. I mean, you can have all the money in the world and be the most lonely person ever. You know what I mean? You can have
Bro,
all
it's
the
funny because you know my reputation that I have at work.
yeah,
I had a special nickname, and it's funny the guys that I work with
right,
that knew that person
right,
that know the work me. Whenever they've come over and they've seen me like being daddy
yeah,
instead of dirt nap,
yeah.
they want to come out and they're just like, yo, who are
Who
you?
are you?
And what the heck has happened to you? You're one person out at work, and then all of a sudden you got pink toenails. Like, what the heck is going on?
It's like
And
when you have a daughter, you'll understand.
hey, bro, it's just paint. It ain't gonna
Yeah,
go. It ain't hurting me. It don't. What? Yeah, I made the mistake of forgetting that I had pink toes one day, and we go to Costco. So we're walking into Costco, and she loves purses and she loves sunglasses, so she always has them on her. And she walks around like she's got so much confidence. It's the most beautiful thing. And she walks around and she's holding my hand, and we were walking in, and I again totally forgot that I had pink toes. And one of the greeters in there was just like, I really like the color of your toes. And I looked at myself and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. And before I could say something smart, like, hey asshole, my daughter's the one that painted those, so back off. Lily took off her sunglasses. She goes, yeah, they're pink. I painted them. Don't they look great? And the guy was just like, and I looked at him like,
like say,
what are you gonna say, dude?
yeah,
You're not gonna offend me. I'm not. You don't. That doesn't embarrass
no,
me,
not at
dude.
all. Yeah, like this is actually a badge of honor, guy. Relax. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I just feel like, man. I feel like I was telling, I was me and my dad. We talk about all the time. I was like, man, I think when I do have kids, man, either I'm gonna have majority daughters or damn near all daughters. Because I don't, I don't know, man. It's just like, I'm like, even though, like, I mean, I think every boy at one point you want a son. Like, I want a masculine boy, but then every one of my buddies that has a daughter is like, bro, I'm so glad I had a girl. I'm so glad I had a
I,
girl.
I'll tell you what. When I found out, I legit was like, holy shit. Oh, dude, I was 23. I have no experience at all in the world. I don't know anything about girls. I still don't know anything about girls.
Dude, none
And
of us do.
and it's like the day she was born, literally the minute, the second she was here in my hands, everything clicked. And you tell yourself, you make yourself this promise, like nothing's gonna hurt you. I have this whole new outlook on life. I was talking to one of my good friends, a guy I kind of look up to growing up and working. He he told me, put things into perspective. He's like, our life really didn't begin until we had kids. Everything
Right.
you've done prior to the day she was born, what did it mean? Now everything I do has a purpose,
Right.
and everything that I do, I most of the time I have to think twice, maybe three times before I do it, because am I going to bring shame to my family? Am I
Yeah.
going to embarrass my daughter? Am I going to embarrass our name?
Yeah.
Am I going to still be able to provide for her? It matures you so fast, and it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'll be 28, and even now it's like I want to be 28 and enjoy myself, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I'd rather sit at home and watch TV and freaking paint toes all night,
Man, listen.
or watching Barbie.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like my mom always tells me, I says, why don't you at this point you're already a dad. You just need to insert kid. I mean, because I don't go anywhere, I don't do a lot. I go to the gym. We moved to this new town, bro, and this is no lie. I just now, was it 2 weeks ago, went to my 11th place here. I don't go anywhere. Like, I go to the same spots over and over and over. I just got because at one point, I mean, we've been for what? We've been here for over a year. So, yeah, I've only been to 11 places in this place. You know what I mean? I'm like 60,000. 60,000 people in this place, and I've only been to 11 places. Like, I do the same thing every day. I go to the gym, grind out, come home, work on programs. Every Thursday, I'll go to a movie. Every Friday, go to a movie. Like, I do the same thing, I mean, like, and here lately I've been getting in beats because you can eat a lot of them and it doesn't necessarily give you a lot of carbs. I eat a lot of wings now. So,
No kidding, nice.
dude,
I'm jealous.
I hate wings, bro. I hated wings before. I was big on burgers. You know what I mean? But I like burgers. That's my absolute downfall. But I'm like, well, I can't have a. It's just something. I'm far too American to not have a bun. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, then I'll start making them on my own. But then I start making like, I'll get like, the 97, 98% lean ground beef, whatever. I'll make my burger, but then I'm like, well, at least gotta have a Hawaiian bun with it. You know what I mean? Like I can't. So I was like, I was like, you know what? Let me just stop doing burgers. So I started doing wings just because one, they're super high in sodium. You know what I mean? And so I was like, cool. I want to try to get my sodium count up anyway, especially when I'm working my way into a meat. So what can I get that's super high in protein, pretty low in carbs, but a lot of sodium? Oh, let's just get hot wings. So I started doing that, eating them, and then I just started falling in love with them. Then come to find out, the movie theater I go to, they serve them, and they're actually the best wings in town. So I'm sitting there watching a movie.
At a movie theater?
Yeah, dude.
No shit.
Oh my! Let me tell you, one of these days, when you get some vacation time, I need to get you guys down here. Not only to the movie theater, because I mean, where we're at, it's like it's everything. I mean, everything. So if Lily wants to go to the zoo, we got a baller ass zoo. If she wants to go to SeaWorld, we got dope SeaWorld. We
Yeah.
got Fiesta, Texas. Like it's like we have everything here. But in the theaters, they have the best milkshakes you'll ever have in your life. They have
No shit.
bottomless popcorn, bro. Bottomless popcorn, and they
Hmm.
serve it in the oh my god, like I forget what you call those. It's like in a almost like in a I don't even know. It's like a steel. It's like a steel bowl, like a stainless steel bowl.
Oh,
They
like a bucket.
Yeah, dude, they serve you like, and it's bottomless, man, and it's it's literally the best, most crispy, buttery popcorn. I don't really get it a lot, but you know, she gets it all the time. And then, like, their wings are completely untouchable, man. Alamo Draft House, it's, I mean, the seats are super nice. They recline. The movies are
Oh,
just, they're pristine, crystal clear screen. I mean, drinks are cold, iced, man. It's I mean, every time like they have a movie, a special movie or something that comes out, like they'll like adapt the menu for it. They make some dope pizza. Like it's a really good. I mean, like I don't really get a chance to eat the pizza. I just have the wings all the time. So
bro, you want to talk about the best wings ever? So I'm working one night, and we got a call out west in Belle Glade. If
yeah,
you're not familiar with Belle Glade, it's uh, very poor area.
right,
These these people work hard all the time. It's all cane fields, and that's about it.
yeah.
It's like a third world country out there, man.
Jeez,
And it's a violent area. You know, just they hate police. They hate everything, man. And you know, the nights that they blow up, they blow up.
yeah,
So they called us out there, and one of the perks on being on SWAT is you can get with your other SWAT guys that are there, and you can be on a little team and go walk around on foot. So, you know, to deter most of the crime. So that's going on out there. So I got with a couple buddies, and we're walking down the street, and this lady, it's a weekend, so this lady was selling hot wings out of the bed of her truck. And
what?
my ignorant ass, I don't know. I'm like, this lady's selling wings out the truck. That's gotta taste like shit, you know. My buddy says, I will bet you right now that it'll be the best wings you'll ever eat in your life. I said, game on, challenge accepted. So my fat ass, I was like, ma'am, whatever you got, you know, whatever $10 can get me. She goes, honey, you can keep your money. Here you go. Just take what you can. You know, just being nice.
Yeah,
Again, they hate us out there,
right.
but she happened to have a heart of gold, and you know, she gave me a nice big old to-go container. So here I am walking down the street of this violent ass city with all my boys eating hot wings, and I told my buddy, I says, I stand corrected. Best hot wings I've ever had in my life.
Really?
So on the way back, I gave her $20. I was like, hey, thank you very much for everything in that to me, I was like, if I could come back every week and get these hot wings, I would. It
Jeez,
was
yeah.
that good.
Dang, man, like I'm going to Belgrade, getting hot wings. Like I think, yeah, man, I don't know what my thing's been like. I've gotten in hot wings super heavy, and then I started watching oh my gosh, I started watching Hot Ones on YouTube. Those Hot Ones episodes, like they're just eating these super hot wings. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do that. So one of my episodes, I'm actually gonna go. There's a spot here in town. They have the meatiest hot wings I've ever had in my life. I mean, super lean, like just great flavor. And I'm just gonna buy all the different hot wings, and I'm just gonna try to go online with from like hottest, like the hottest wings I can find, or the hottest sauces. I'm just gonna dab all the wings with it. You see how that works out. Like I've had the hottest wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I've been using those as my practice. Like first time I could
Okay.
only first one I can only get one. Second time I went I could get two. The last time I got four of the five. So um, when I can get all five, then I know I'm ready to actually, because like there's a few places around it that make some pretty hot wings. I mean, it's Texas, it is what it is. But yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna have to get you down, and as we live in the German part of Texas, like this is like complete, just this is this German part of Texas. So there's all kind of just different like festivals and stuff that go on. Well, there's one it's oh god, what is it called? What is that? It's oh god, what is it called? Oh my god, I can't. I'm drawing a blank. It's Worst Fest. It's Worst
Okay.
Fest. It's a sausage festival, like for 2 weeks. And when I tell you any and every freaking meat that can be fried, barbecued, whatever, do they make the like? Honestly, it's I. I mean, I've always lived around the area, and I lived for Worst Fest to come around because they make these hot wings, not hot wings, but they make these pork chops. The Boy
Mm.
Scouts make these pork chops unbeatable, dude. It's just pork chop on a
Really?
stick. It's a pork chop on a stick, just the most amazing seasoning, and you get a dinner roll with it. That's it. I will legit spend $40 just eating pork chops. I will backdoor it the next day. I wish I was joking right now. I will backdoor it the next day, come back, and I will have sausage on a stick and turkey leg all day. I'll
You
spend
gotta have
another
the
40
turkey leg.
bucks. Like I legit will spend over $100 over a 2 day period eating meat, just meat. Occasionally I have sausage, but I mean I absolutely love it. It was to the point that I brought Ray Williams down actually for a seminar, and I took him to Worst Fest. He couldn't even finish the food. It's just man, it was yeah, dude. It's I'm telling you, it's the greatest. And I mean, like I said, I mean, if you're just into protein, this is the place to be because it's just steaks
Come on,
everywhere.
come on, bro.
Hot wings.
I'm a man, damn it.
I'm telling you, man. Like you come down here, like I mean, you'll leave probably 270, dude, because it's food everywhere. I mean, and it's Texas, so they season everything to the T. But between that and San Antonio, San Antonio is on like a 30-minute drive down the way, so we'll go San Antonio. I took some of my Canadian friends actually. I took them to this cafe that was in Man versus Food. It's a bakery. They make a 3-pound cinnamon roll, dude. Unreal,
Oh,
right? And it tastes great. On top of that, they make this. They make a chicken fried steak that's I can't. I mean, there's no other way to explain it other than like it's probably like 60 ounces, maybe 70 something ounces chicken fried steak,
oh,
dude. It's as big as your chest. I mean, it takes like it's unreal. Like it's the food's big, but I mean, it tastes great. And of course, you can go 20 minutes down the road on the other side of San Antonio at this place called Big Lou's Pizza, and they make a pizza that's bigger than the table. Like it's legit bigger than the table. It's like the slices are like 40 inches. Like it's ridiculous. But and again, it tastes great. So yeah, living here, the fact that I'm ever even able to make weighted meats is it's a blessing in itself. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get you down, dude. You'll absolutely love it.
yeah,
I
I've been trying to
do.
make my way out there, man.
Yeah,
I
man,
want
for
to go to
sure.
Austin bad.
Oh man,
Bad.
that's a spot, man. I'm telling you right now. I mean, and the cool thing about Austin, like all this, everything it's within an hour of each other. So I mean, you make it to Austin, you only drive another, not even really, little bit like a little bit less than an hour. You make it to San Antonio. You know what I mean? Like where we live is smack dab in the middle of Austin and San Antonio. Like I'm literally 35 minutes from downtown Austin, and I'm 35 minutes from downtown San Antonio. Like, so I'm like right smack dab in the middle of like the hill country. So, I mean, it's green here. It's dope here. I mean, festivals all day. You can go to Austin if you want to hang out with the hippies and the cool people and be in the music scene. Or you can go to San Antonio and just, hit the river walk and just, see all the history of Texas or whatever. Like, I mean, we live in like this is where the majority of honestly a lot of U.S. history, but a lot of Texas history really took place in this area. So there's I mean, I love it here, man. This place is home. Like finally just deciding now we're gonna settle down. Let's find a house. This is home. Let's make this home.
So it's kind of cool, man. Like, I mean, it's not official till you get a dog. So been looking for dogs. I don't know. See how that works out. Um, this is one thing I do. I kind of want to ask you about, man. It's just like so, like just like a typical day of SWAT. Like what's that like? You know, like how does that roll?
Oh, bro. Well, it depends on what we're doing. We had shit. I can tell you stories all day. This morning, here's a good one for you. This morning, we have a search warrant on this really big property, and I won't go into detail on the aspects of the search warrant,
Right.
but anytime they call SWAT to go to execute one, it's usually a higher risk environment. So we get there, and of course we were already behind the eight ball because one of our armored trucks that we have, I guess Wednesdays are the day that it gets its oil changed, and we couldn't use it, so we had to make do. So we had this van, we call it the Mars, and what it does, it's got like a ramp on the top of it
Right.
to where you can put people, and it can elevate so you can go up onto like the second
Oh.
floor. Super cool. I mean, we don't really use it, but I mean, it's good to have
Right.
in case you might need it one day. So we piled about 15 dudes that are about my size or bigger in this van that fits maybe 10 comfortably. So we're sitting in there like this, and I'm trying not to have a panic attack because I'm super claustrophobic. So I'm sitting there like struggling, just trying to just keep my mind right because it's like a 20-minute car ride, of course.
Oh God, of course.
So we get there, and one of my buddies' job was to go through the gate because it's the only way to make entry onto the property. So using one of our vehicles to go through the gate, he decides to shout, "America!" and and I kid you not, this is exactly how fast he went through the gate.
No.
He literally creeped through it and nudged it open as in his way of being polite to open the gate so it didn't completely destroy it. I don't know what was going through his mind, but when you yell America and you motivate people like that,
Why
then
are
I need
you
fireworks,
yeah you yeah
sparks. I need shit to be flying everywhere.
that is
So
too funny.
so now we got 15 guys just in that vehicle alone that are dismounting, watching him completely gently open the gate, and we're sitting in the back in the second vehicle like, did he just yell America? Like I heard him from back here, and he just tapped it open. So now we're trying to stay focused, but we can only do it for so long.
Right.
So we get in. One guy trips because he's trying to do his one of his jobs. He completely eats it randomly over a garden gnome. We dismount out of our vehicle, and we make contact with a lady in one of the structures on the property. And as soon as we're making contact with this lady, we hear like this very graphic moaning coming from the living room. Now, there's nobody else in this house from what we've cleared so far. So we make entry and we look around, and all you can see on this big TV was just porn. And I'm not lying, bro. We literally sat there like, like it was like a train wreck. Like you couldn't like not watch because I mean it's there. So we're like, it's like 7 in the morning too. By the way, it's like not.
Somebody's pouring it up at 7 in the morning.
Bro, you can't make this up. So so we go through that, and of course now we can't stop laughing, and we're still doing our job. And I'm making my way to the second structure, and I almost eat it trying to go through this grass, carrying one of our battering
Right.
rams. And I'm like, I'm just glad nobody saw that. JK, somebody's always watching, because I ended up making it to the back of the house, grab my stuff. I'm like, hey guys, where do you need me? And I see one of my buddies, trying to hit this door. It's got like 4 deadbolts on it.
Jesus.
Something tells me that they don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
So me being the crayon eater I am, I says, "Hey guys, watch out." So I take our thing and I hit it a couple times, and it completely comes off the hinges. And I look at my buddies, they look at me, and they shake their heads. I'm like, "Okay, bye guys." And I turn around and I walk away. And at the end of the whole thing, somebody says, "Hey, did you eat shit walking around?" And of course, like, you have to own it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, it was small. They're like, "Dude, you almost fucking ate the freaking the battery ring." So of course you can't get away with anything. And you're imagine you're in a group, like a tight group of people who, no matter what you do, for instance, the same buddy that yelled America, I believe it was either last year or the year before, he won like Deputy of the Millennium. He pulled like 3 kids out of a burning house.
Oh,
he was a
shit.
friggin' legit hero.
Right.
And one of the guys I look up to, we got hired. His ID number is 2 digits off from mine, so we got hired together. Guy's a freaking high speed, captain in the Marine Corps.
Oh, wow.
Just super high speed dude and super intelligent. So I've always looked up to this guy.
Right.
As I want to emulate myself
Right.
after you a little bit, So this guy saved these kids out of a house or whatever, and somebody said something about like a cat. Like the cat, I guess, got burned alive in the house. It happens. Better than the kids. So the joke is like, hey, Brian can freaking save kids, but I guess he has a thing against cats. You can never do anything right, ever.
Oh, no.
Even if you do something right, they're gonna make fun of you and they're like, "Yo, bro, you suck anyways. You can do it better."
It's complete locker room mentality. That's awesome.
Oh, and you know what? We have such a great team, and we're so diverse in experience, whether it's life experience, work experience, military experience, team aspects, collegiate, and sometimes professional athletes are on our team.
Right.
We have a lot of experience, but we all get along in different age groups. It don't matter if you're freaking white, you're black, you're Hispanic. It don't freaking matter, bro.
Right.
We literally bond so well, and we can literally chop it up and literally cut each other down and make fun of each other all day long. But the second you hear 1 minute out and it's time to get focused, we work and we get our job done. We do it above standard. We maintain the professionalism that we're supposed to uphold.
Right.
And the second everything is done, the dust settles, we get back in the van and we're heading back to the station or whatever. Hey, bro, why'd you eat shit right around that house? Hey, did you see the threesome that was happening on the TV walking into the thing? Hey, RZ3 comes walking into the room and smashes the door open through the hinges and through the closet, and he just waves like a freaking idiot and walks away.
Like it is what it is.
Hey, it's like it's literally it's nonstop fun. It's a lot of action. The training is phenomenal. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to see a lot of different trainings from different agencies.
Right.
And being in the position I'm in now, it's humbling, bro, because you see, I was in a school, for instance, and we were out at the range all week long, and other agencies would come and they would bring their own ammo.
Right.
We have a very, very large quantity of ammunition at our agency. So it's almost infinite. You name a number, we have twice as much.
That's insane.
We're very fortunate, bro. I mean, we have a very, 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 very good budget and a very good sheriff that loves us. And I see these other agencies that obviously are municipalities or smaller, budgets, smaller, everything.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you do a brass call. So everything that you've shot, you have to pick up the casings and clean your area.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of touched my heart because some of these smaller agencies would go around and they'd find loose rounds on the bay, so they would pick them up and they'd put them in their pocket so they can save them for tomorrow.
Dang, man.
It's like some stuff like that. You don't you don't see and you don't realize until you actually like see it.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, if you need a box, like,
Yeah. Yeah,
take
take it.
take it kind of like brings you like down to earth a little bit, man, because it's like, here we are, county, we're spoiled, bro. We get the best of everything, and you see these guys that don't,
Yeah.
and they appreciate it so much, just little things like that. And bro, I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in and to do the things I get to do. I got the freaking fast rope out of a Black Hawk like a month ago.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, dude, I thought that was the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. And
That's crazy.
I'm just a crayon eater and freaking, I've never thought I'd ever be able to do that. And, the opportunities I've been able to get, and, some of the positions I've been offered at work, and, bro, I'm just fortunate, bro. I'm appreciative of everything, and, I get nothing but help, and I get nothing but support from the guys on the team. Again, the support system is such a huge aspect of my life.
Right.
Between my mom, my dad, the guys on the team, my close, tight knit friends that I know I could call really right now and say, hey, bro, I need some help changing a tire, or hey, I need a place to crash or something like that. It instills this sense of accountability
Right.
in you, and that's what a lot of people are lacking these days, is that sense of accountability.
Well said.
Because it's not, you can only blame the parents so much.
Yep.
Everybody tells their kids, right from wrong, this or that, but it's they're not being held accountable for their actions.
Right.
So, in the job I have, in the career I have, every choice I make bears a consequence.
True story.
And I'm accountable for every single one of my actions, every word that I say, every freaking punch that I throw, every round that I shoot, anything that I do, any report I write, I'm held accountable for it. And, a lot of people post random things on the internet. A lot of people will say certain things, and they're not held accountable for their actions. And that's civilians, that's law enforcement, a lot of people will lose sight of that. And, I again, bro, I'm the last thing I want to do is embarrass my daughter and embarrass my last name and embarrass my parents. And of course, if you want to extend that, I will forever be labeled, hey, that's Zychek. Oh, he's a SWAT guy. So now I have a whole team that I'm a representation of. So, it kind of holds you to another higher standard.
Right.
Even at work, and again, man, like I said, it doesn't matter if I'm, Bobby Z or SWAT guy or anything else.
Right.
None of that shit matters, bro. As long as I got that little girl that calls me daddy, that's
all you need.
The thing I worry about, bro. That's number one, man.
Man, I can't even. I'm done. I can't ask any more questions like that. We literally can end on that. That's absolutely spot on. Sheesh. Well, I will put you through what I always do my question, man. The three things. I didn't prepare you because I didn't even think about it. I was so excited to do this. I'll give you a chance to think about it. My question I always ask, man, at the end of the interview, I always ask, what are three things, if you were stuck on an island, what are three things that you would take with you? They could be anything.
I would take my guitar. I would take a camera, and I would take 12-pack of beer.
There it is. All right. Listen, it is what it is. He's in for the relaxation.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it is. If I'm going to be stuck on this island, I'm going to be relaxed at least for, 12 rounds, and that's it. Like
beers, that's it. I'm good.
Like, that's what's up, man. I'm with that. That's awesome, man. Like, I honestly, man, dude, yeah, this is a badass interview, bro. This is pretty sick. I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, You almost caught me in my feels a couple times. I was like, geez, this is great.
Bro, I had to catch myself. I had to pump the brakes a minute or two.
This is awesome.
I had to switch the camera angle, bro. I was like, oh.
This is dope. We're definitely gonna do more of these. This is gonna be awesome, and we have to get Lily on there because like let her steal the show. All right, man. Well, here's if there are, I mean, you really, I mean, you hit the nail on the head so many times. Some of the stuff you said, man, I'm glad. Like, I think people are gonna love this one. I'm gonna be pumping this. I'm gonna be shouting this one from the rooftops for a while, man. I'm gonna go back and listen to this one a couple times. I just want to be motivated for sure. Any words, man? Like for those people that are listening, man, do you have any words for them? Anything?
Hey, man, I put me on the spot. Why don't you? Dude, I heard a quote, and find your reason why. Find your reason why you're put on this earth. Whether it's, for me it was my calling in law enforcement. Being a dad. Being able to help others that don't have the capability of helping themselves. Reach out to somebody that you might know or you might be acquainted with, but you're not really that comfortable with, because that could really make a difference in somebody's life. It's made a big difference in mine. A lot of guys that I've bumped into at the gym, either at work, I might be having a bad day, kind of got a sourpuss look on my face. Somebody would actually reach out, and I'm more than grateful and appreciative of it. Hey, you're doing a good job, or if you ever need anything, just let me know. And I know everybody says that, and they say it all the time, but when that time comes, because it will come, be there for that person, whoever it is. Whether it's family, whether it's a friend, acquaintance, that person went on a limb to ask you for that help. Don't reject them.
Dude, that's what's up.
And I want to thank some of my closest friends. This is their clothing company. I told them I was coming on with you, and I told them to do a shameless EOD plug for them.
We'll make sure. I'll make sure I plug that.
It's EOD apparel. They locally owned, local business owners. One of the owners is a dear friend. He's a firefighter. Hardworking guy. A couple of my other buddies, on the way to becoming a nurse. And my heart goes out to these guys, man. They busted their ass. They've always hooked me up. They've always taken care of me. On the platform, off of it. I love them to death. I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew what it was for.
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure we get that information. I'm gonna get that information out there for sure. EOD for sure. That's dope, man. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this, man. I mean, the people that listen to these, man. I think most of the people that listen to these. I think they just, they just rock me, and I think they're just as random and just as, willing and wanting to be informed just by all the different things in life, and I think they're gonna enjoy this one for sure. This is absolutely the best freaking one I've done ever. I feel like I've done something like tonight for sure. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. I low-key probably will cry after this is over with, man. Like this is huge. I'm definitely gonna have you back as many times as you'll let me have you, man. We're gonna make sure that we plug that EOD apparel for sure. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to your family, man, because they definitely they broke the mold, man. You're a good dude for sure. Shout out to Lily. Hey. Like this is awesome, man. I'm glad you accepted the invite and you let me just pick your brain for a little bit. Social media, where can you be reached if people want to follow your journey?
Bovice35 on Instagram.
Boom. Make sure I plug that too, man. Again, man, I appreciate you so much, Bobby. I'll let you lay it down. I know you're still busy right now. I'm not as busy as you are, so this is great. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time, man. I'll hit you soon, bro.
I appreciate it, man. I'm very proud of you, and I always brag about you when I can, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. We'll talk to you soon, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Later.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I absolutely had a blast doing this one with Bobby. So, again, man, if you guys like these, please like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you tell your people about it. Just gonna keep adding people by people. If there's some people that you want to see, let me know. Shoot me a message. I'll try to get those bad boys on. Right now, I'm just interviewing all the people that I like, all the people that I want to pick their brains and find out more about them. So, with that being said, I think the next guest we're gonna have up is gonna be TD. So that's gonna be super awesome to hear from the bench world champion that benches more than most people squat or deadlift. So, if you want fly gear, some McLean and Circle gear, feel free to go to ellismclean.com. Got all that. If you want coaching, ellismclean.com. If you want to know what's going on in my life, ellismclean.com.